Hello my beautiful friends, it's Amanda here, and today I'm going to be trying on some of your recommendations. A few weeks ago I asked on my Instagram stories for recommendations of products that you think are underrated, deserve more hype, or have just been overlooked. I read through every single recommendation and I went through and selected a bunch of things that I had never tried before, and I especially tried to focus on stuff that I hadn't really heard many people talk about. So I felt like these were truly the most underrated because I hadn't really heard much buzz about them. Placed a big old Ulta order, and we're gonna go through and try all of this stuff on. And I'll tell you, since my face is already done, so I'll filming this part after having applied everything, there are some really great hits, some really, really terrible misses, and a couple things that are just sort of in between. So let's get to the fun part and jump into testing these products out. We're starting off with this serum foundation from The Ordinary. I'm using the shade 1.1N, and when I first swatched this onto my face, I thought, oh no, this is so light. This is gonna look too light, too yellow. So I'm gonna do a little side-by-side, like half the face application here first, so that we can just see what the finish looks like compared to nothing at all on my face. This is something I like to do whenever I'm testing out a new face-based product. And as soon as I started blending this in, I could immediately tell that I liked the finish. It looks very, very natural. It matches my neck perfectly. It matches my hands perfectly. So the shade is actually fine. I do just have a lot of redness on my face, which is pretty normal. And as you can see from this little half and half application here, it looks so beautiful. It looks just like my skin if my skin was perfectly even, satiny, luminous skin without any redness or unevenness or anything. It looks immediately so good. I can't even tell you. I was like confused when I started blending it in, and I was like, wow, why does this look so good, and why have I not been wearing this? I've kind of sworn off foundation lately, and this is the type of thing that would make me change my mind. It has way more coverage than I expected, but you can still see a little bit of my natural freckles peeking through. It just looks honestly so beautiful. This has to be one of the most natural, just overall pleasing foundations that I have genuinely ever put on my face. And at this point, I did put a little like brow gel on my brows, but I am not doing anything else extra at this point, and it just looks it looks so good. I'm shocked. I'm blown away. Now I'm going into this E.L.F. Halo Glow Setting Powder, and I ended up grabbing the shade Medium because the lighter shade when I was buying online looked very, very pink, and I think this ended up being just the perfect little bit of warmth that I needed to bring this foundation to life. Now, if I had used a denser brush, then this probably would have come off looking too dark for me for a setting powder, but because I used this really nice light little fluffy powder brush, it just added the softest touch of this powder, and it again looks really natural, really glowy. I am incredibly happy with this base combo. I am shocked and pleased. I got a tinted lip balm recommendation. This is the E-BALM in the shade Meditate from Persona Cosmetics. I love a good tinted lip balm. This one has a little sweet vanilla chocolatey scent. It's a cute color, it's comfy, it's, you know, it's a tinted lip balm. It's fine. Now we're going to move on to some blush. I picked up 2 of these super dewy blushes from Makeup Revolution. The more pinky shade is called You Got Me Blushing, and then the more deeper kind of reddish brown shade is called Blush Me Up. I ended up just mixing the 2 of them together on the back of my hand, and that's what I'm applying to my cheeks. It's a combination of the two shades. I tapped on just a teeny tiny bit at first and blended in, and it looks beautiful, soft, glowy, and then I thought, you know what, we need more of this. And as I started layering up, I realized these are very, very pigmented. I mean, the first little application that I did was the teeny tiniest bit, and I do like a very, very blushed look, so I was not afraid to go in with these. And let me tell you, you don't really need to go in with these. They are incredibly pigmented. They are really bright. They look honestly beautiful on the skin, and they can be easily sheared out or layered up. Next, we're doing another Makeup Revolution product. This is the Highlighter Reloaded in the shade Just My Type. It's a soft little champagne type of color, and let me tell you, it doesn't look like much in the pan, but it is very bright on the skin. I mean, again, here I'm just sort of tapping it in with my finger to shear it out a little bit and tap it into my blush, and it looks beautiful. It is way more bright and metallic than I thought it was going to be, but not in a bad way. It's not glittery, it's not too much, and I was just obviously feeling myself. Now I'm going to move on to my eyes, and it's been very smooth sailing up until this point, and you know, things are about to get interesting. It's about to become a bumpy ride from here on out. Now this primer is fine. I have no issues here. It's primer. It's hard to go wrong. It feels just like your standard little squeezy tube eyeshadow primer. And you can tell here I was nervous. These are not the types of products that I typically really enjoy. I did a little test of the No Budge shadow stick and smudged out on my hand, and I was pretty impressed. It looks like it blended out easily and nicely, so I started to feel a little optimistic after that back of the hand test. Packed some onto my eyelid and then just went to sort of tap out the edges, and it doesn't look too bad. It's not a lot of pigmentation, but it actually looks okay at this point. But the more that I tried to blend this, the more that I tried to get more pigmentation, the more that I tried to even out any spots that looked a little bit patchy, the worse and worse and worse it got. At one point, I thought I'll add a little bit in my crease and then I'll buff it with like a little synthetic brush, and that just started pulling up whole chunks of the product. And then I tried to go back and tap it with my fingers again, and then it got out of hand, and I thought, you know what, let's throw some glitter on top. So I tried that, and you know what, that was also terrible. It just started to look worse. The glitter was also patchy. Also, I realized after the fact that there's a don't use in the eye area warning on this little liquid glitter, and it's just, you know, it didn't go well for me. I really, really tried my hardest to save this, and it looks so bad. It looks even worse in person. Honestly, the camera is generous right now because it looked really, really bad. I hate it. It looks so bad. It looks awful. I really hate it. No, absolutely not. No. The last product is this Wet n Wild Big POPPA mascara, and I did completely remove that really yucky looking eyeshadow and put something else on just because I could not tolerate another second. And I'll tell you, first of all, I love the eyeshadow that I have on now, and this mascara is fine. It's not doing crazy length or volume, but it looks okay. It's not like smudging or flaking or anything, so it's just fine. There were a lot of surprises, a lot of twists and turns in this little get ready with me. I have a few products here, actually several products that are very much standouts to me. I actually love all of the face products. I'm shocked by this serum foundation from The Ordinary. I love their skincare, so I probably shouldn't be that surprised, but this just looks beautiful. This looks so good on my skin. It looks just like my skin. It seemed like the color was going to be way off, but I really feel like it's a great match. It looks good. It feels good. This is probably one of the best things in today's video. Love it. Love it. 100% love it. Same for this Halo Glow setting powder from E.L.F. Very glad that I got the shade medium. I think the lighter shade would not have worked for me because this did just add a little bit of warmth to the face, but still feels like the right shade match for me. Whoever recommended this over on my Insta stories, bless you, because I never even heard of this and I love it. And dry skin friends out there like me who struggle to find powders, this one is stunning and it's E.L.F, so you know it's not overly expensive. This whole combo honestly just is so good. So good. I am almost as excited about these Makeup Revolution products as I am about the base products. These are so pretty. If you like a dewy, casually sweaty cheek, that is my whole aesthetic. These are definitely doing it for me. The super dewy blushes are really, really pigmented. I would say these are more pigmented, slightly less dewy and slightly more pigmented than the cheek dews from ColourPop. And I have a feeling that a lot of folks who didn't like the cheek dews probably didn't like A, how sticky they were, and B, some of the colors do fade off more quickly. So I think if you didn't love those but you still want a more glowy cream blush, you may love these. A little goes a long way. I don't mind that at all. I love being overtly blushed and these are beautiful. This was shockingly good. It doesn't look like much in the pan. I mean, I know the pan design looks beautiful, but when you see this powder in person, it doesn't look that shiny. I've seen much more shiny metallic looking highlighters in the pan, so I thought this was going to be more subtle, more of an ethereal glow, and there's some wattage behind this, and again, not mad at it. I like the very, very dewy combo that I got out of this. So all of the skin things, face things, absolutely loved. The E-BALM from Persona Cosmetics, it's great. It feels great. I like the color. I wouldn't say that this is underrated. I think it's probably appropriately rated. It feels really good. I'll definitely use it all up, but I do think it's probably just a little bit more expensive than I would like. And I will shell out some bucks for a tinted balm because I love the NARS ones. This one just isn't lasting as long. It's not giving me as much of a powerful punch. It's just not quite getting me there where I need to be for that over $20 price point. I could easily see this being at like the $14, $15, $16 even price point, but it does feel like maybe a little bit too expensive for what it is, but it's not bad. I love Persona Cosmetics. I really like their products. I really like the brand as a whole, but just this isn't sending me over the moon. Moon adjacent. Jury's still out on these Wet n Wild items. The PHOTOFOCUS eyeshadow primer probably is underrated by me. I think just because I had a bad experience with the PHOTOFOCUS foundation and then I just sort of shut down mentally on anything that was PHOTOFOCUS family. This does feel like it's going to be a nice primer, so jury's still out on this. Same with the mascara. This wasn't love at first application, but also it looks fine. So I'll probably end up liking and reaching for the primer more than the mascara, but overall the jury's still out on these. Now, these E.L.F. eye products, the No Budge shadow stick, and this little liquid glitter thing. Look, I already can hear the comments that I applied it wrong, that I didn't do the right primer, that I didn't do the da-da-da-da-da. Fine. You're probably right. It's probably user error. You are fully justified in loving these and they're your favorite thing, and that's totally fine. I don't like them at all. It shouldn't be that hard to use. This isn't my first time using products like this, so it shouldn't have gone so awry. And, you know, sure, it's user error potentially. I just don't like them. It's been a really long time since I hated the way that a makeup product performed as much as I hated these. And that's just my personal preference. And you know what? If these are your favorite thing ever and you love them and you swear by them, that is awesome. You are probably better at applying them than I am, and I will never take that away from you, and I still want to be best friends with you. But I hate these so much. They make me physically upset. Is that an exaggeration? No. You know, there's always going to be some hits, some misses, and some things in between, and I had way more hits than misses in this video, and that's really what I'll call an overall win. I definitely discovered some new favorite products. They're immediately going to the top of my to use pile on my vanity, and I'm really excited about that, so I'm gonna call it a win. I would love to hear what you think about these products. Do you hate any of my favorites? Do you love the ones I hate? I always love to hear what you think about things too. Even if we disagree, that's fine. That's what it's all about, you know? We all have different experiences, different preferences, and I really like that about makeup in general. What are some underrated products that you think I need to try next? I would love to do this type of video again. Keep testing out those products that you love that have flown under my radar. I always love to hear about what you think about things too. So make sure you leave all your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Let me try to say that again. So eloquent. That sounded so wrong. I'm an adult. Why does this look so good? Kidding me? Ooh. I wasn't ready. This does not look that metallic. I was not ready. You see that? That's beyond casually sweaty. We have reached formally sweaty territory here. For the record, not upset about that. I'll calm down. Teeny, teeny, tiny. Definitely zoned out there for a minute. Oops. This part will be in the bloopers, so if you want to know what my beautiful eyeshadow is, I did film this look for a different video, so go check that one out. These are some Lethal Cosmetics shadows, and they are so stunning. Whew. Well, I'm exhausted, but I look cute, so you win some, you lose some. Thanks for watching. I'm so glad you're here, and if you are one of the beautiful people that participates over on the Makeup.Just.For.Fun Instagram, then I appreciate you for helping make videos like this happen and for hanging out here, spending part of your day with me. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you. I appreciate your face, because I love your face, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye.